What's going on, neighbors? Got a good one for you this time. However, this time it's not about a car break-in or a person that haven't picked up behind their dog, leaving poop on the street. It's not about a fight or a car accident or anything like that. That's normally the videos that you see that I produce for Neighborhood Watch. This time it's about a crazy neighbor. And you'll be shocked to see who that crazy neighbor is. We already know we have one on the blog, and now we have one to add to that. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Tashim. I'm the block captain in the Passion Square Neighborhood Watch. And we live in a pretty decent neighborhood where lots of people still leave their doors open, their front doors open from time to time to get the most out of natural lighting, while at home or at another neighbor's house, and you can kind of keep your eye on it. I've been here on this street since December of 1990. What I'm about to show you is a little crazy, and I've never had anything like this happen to me in 25 years. I was in a house just across the street from my house cooking. When I arrived to my front door, this is what happened. I noticed that my front door was closed when I knew for sure that I left it open. I thought that one of my two girls came home early from school and probably closed it. At times that's what they do. Thinking that one of my daughters may be home, I called upstairs and yelled to see if anyone would reply. I got no answer. I resumed bringing my items from the other house, but still curious, I wanted to know how my front door got open. There's only one way to find out how that door got open, and that's with my security camera DVR system. When I reviewed the footage, shockingly, this is what I saw. A strange man, who I don't know, never saw before, entering my home and walking through my house. Now keep in mind, I have a wife and two young girls, and when you see something like this, it's very alarming. And if I was home at the time that this happened, it's a very good chance that that guy would not have made it out alive. After watching the video, I saw the man leave my house and go next door. Since my next door neighbor was having work done, it appears that the contractor may have gotten confused and simply walked into the wrong house. Minutes passed before I went to my next door neighbor's house to inform him about the situation and what happened. When I got to his door and I explained to him what happened, he says that he doesn't know anything about it. I didn't expect him to. However, he did say that one of the workers are still in the basement working, and if you would like to go down and speak with him, you're more than welcome. When I got to the basement, the actual individual that walked into my house was not there. Another worker told me that he left, but he'd be right back. After I explained my case to the lone worker in the basement, he told me that that never could have happened because we know where we're working and we don't make mistakes like that by walking into the wrong house. Well, I told him that I have a video to prove otherwise, so he followed me upstairs and out the house so he could view the video. I pointed out a few cameras to him and also informed him that there are more than 30 cameras throughout the entire neighborhood. After seeing the cameras, he accepted what I said was true and said that his partner should be back shortly and he should have a good explanation. Merely seconds after the worker and myself stepped outside to speak, my next door neighbor Tyler bust open his door, started spazzing and yelling and cursing as though he was having some type of psychotic disorder. I'm trying my best to get Tyler to calm down because things could escalate. Trying to get Tyler to calm down is just as difficult as trying to understand what's going on inside of his head. The worker and I were trying to have a moment to speak. At that point, Tyler kept going in and out of his house, popping his head in and out, yelling, screaming profanities, just going berserk the whole time, as you will witness. Neither one of us could understand what was going on with Tyler. The worker just wanted to get back to work and I wanted to get back in the house. I mean, really, look at this guy go. I mean, he is pointing, yelling, stomping, cursing, pointing, yelling, cursing in and out the house. But here's the real funny part right here is when he comes off of the step. I think he's going to charge after me, but he charges after my vehicle instead. But it appears that he gathered his composure awful quickly because he turned around and marched his dumb ass back into the house. After my nutcase next door neighbor Tyler went back into the house, the worker and I both parted ways on good terms and all was well. I then saw the actual worker that was inside my home. I opened my front door and greeted him. He came over and greeted back, shook my hand, and began to apologize and explain what happened. He said that he was so deep into his work that he got confused and thought that he went into the house next door that he was working on. He also went on to say that as soon as he noticed that he was in the wrong house, he immediately left and closed the front door. Well, that at least explains how my front door was closed. I must say that both of the workers were very considerate, respectful, and apologetic. Most of all, they were real gentlemen. I still can't understand completely how he wound up in my house instead of the house next door. However, after speaking with both of them, I felt like they were not a threat at all. He deeply apologized once more, shook my hand, gave me his business card, and told me that if I have any future plumbing problems, that he would give me 25% off as a courtesy. I accept. And he left. This is what it sounded like, at least to me anyway, as Tyler went on. That ridiculous rant. He kept screaming that I stormed his house as one of his claims. That is a false statement and a lie. As soon as he told me that I could come into his house and speak to the worker, you can clearly see him holding the door open for me as I enter. There was no confrontation between me or anyone else inside the home. As me and the worker exited the house, it is clear there was no tension.